Hi folks, Tater here. Welcome to the first phase of my Great Northern Adventure. As you've seen in the opening, I left Louisville, Kentucky, drove north through Indianapolis, Chicago, and into Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, where I spent the night at O'Neill Creek Campground. Then proceeded northwest through Minneapolis, Minnesota, into Fargo, North Dakota, don't you know, and on to Minot, North Dakota. I stayed one night at Mellow Moose Campground. On Thursday, July 23rd, I once again drove across the border into Canada. This was just a small border checkpoint, then on to a town called Regina. Yes, that's how they pronounce it. I was tired from the previous road trips and decided to spend 2 nights in Regina. I stayed at the Kings Acre RV Park. Regina was a very nice town. It had all the conveniences of a town in the States. It's a very diverse town, much like Windsor. As I found out later on in my travels, many Canadian towns are diverse. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like some of these towns lose their authenticity because of that. Yay, like Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changin'. On Friday, July 5th, my youngest daughter Kristen's birthday, I headed further northwest to Edmonton, home to the Edmonton Oilers, where the great one, Wayne Gretzky, played. I stayed one night there at Glowing Amber's RV Park. That park had an on-site restaurant called Shelley's. I had a home-cooked meal, the meatloaf dinner. Delicious. The next morning, I headed west along the Trans-Canadian Highway. About 3 hours away from my destination, I burnt out a bearing on my camper tire. As unlucky as that sounds, the good Lord was looking after old Tater. I was less than a half mile from an exit. I made 2 phone calls, and a man who owns a tire shop fixed me right up. I was back on the road in no time. My next stop was Dawson Creek in British Columbia. I stayed at an RV park called Northern Lights. But before driving any further, that next morning I decided to have my camper looked over. I'm a long way from home, and I don't need anything else happening from here on out. Dawson Creek is considered the gateway to Alaska. Mile marker 0 starts on the Alaskan Highway here in Dawson Creek. I was out having a drink at a local bar when I heard a waitress yell, "Does anyone know CPR?" I yelled out, "Yeah, I know the whole alphabet." Everybody started laughing. Yeah, everybody but that one guy, yeah. He didn't laugh at all. While getting my camper checked out, I had a bite to eat at a place called Post and Row Brewing Company. Hey, and I ended up staying one more night in Dawson Creek. But the next morning, man, I take off on the Alaska Highway. I was on my way to the Yukon Territory. No turning back now. I drove the 11-hour stretch of highway mostly without cell service, but I did see a lot of wildlife along the way. I saw 1 deer, 2 bears, mountain goats, caribou, and bison. Driving through Canada isn't easy. They don't have the interstate system that we are accustomed to. Gas stations are scarce, but I managed to find them when I needed them, and I stayed in RV parks along the way. With about 100 miles to go, I hit road construction, and it added a good 2 hours to my trip. "7:30 Pacific time, I crossed into Alaska. It took me 8 days, but I made it." Hey, a cop knocked on my door and told me my dog had been chasing people on a bicycle. I said, "What do you mean? My dog don't even own a bicycle." I'm going to wrap this up. I'm leaving you with some pictures and videos that I took along the way, as I always do. So, hey, be sure to be on the lookout for part 2 of Tater's Great Northern Adventures. Okay, folks, hey, you know how I roll. If I can do it, you can do it too. Hey, see you on down the road. A friend told me recently that he had a vasectomy so he wouldn't have any more kids. Apparently it just changes the color of them.
Bye.